Hello. Oh, is this in tests? Aha. If gameplay settings dot playtest mode, is that what it was called? Doing playtest. If we're doing a playtest, game report, automated tests are disabled in playtest mode. Return. Same here. Well, we could leave recording enabled, I guess. We just disable this, we disable this. Okay. Save you from the suffer that is being a web developer. Only you can do that, and you know how to do it. You know how to do it. Let me turn back my screen on so that you guys just aren't staring at nothing. You can't quit your job. You have a mortgage. So find a new job and then quit your job. People do that all the time. Like, we just hired someone who was working at another company. He applied to our company, and we agreed to hire him once he had done his remaining month at the other company. That's like a thing. There's no excuse. No excuse. Programmers are the most mobile workers on the planet in 2021. Probably not the absolute most. Like, YouTuber is probably the most mobile, but, you know, pretty close. Pretty close. No one wants to hire a web developer to do anything but develop for the web. That is true, though. So it's up to you to put together an alternative skill set in your spare time. And you might say, I don't know how to do that, but that's what I did. I didn't learn how to make video games officially. I figured it out in my spare time. Okay, so we're putting together this playtest build, and so, editor, start edited level in gameplay. That's not what we want. We want, like, how does the editor get opened? Is it hard-coded? It might still be hard-coded. F11. It's just in there. It's in the code. The editor is disabled in playtest mode, else spam. Let's make sure some of these work. Good evening. Are people expecting to be paid to learn? That seems to have been a thing among like spoiled millennials, is they expect you to train them for 2 years to do nothing, and then they expect to go get another job for higher pay as soon as you've finished training them before you've gotten any useful work. That is what they seem to expect. Not all, but like that's sort of a thing among the loud Twitter millennials who think that everything about the world is unfair. They're like, you should do on-the-job training. And it's like, well, you know, we should. Everybody should. But like, you also have to have something to offer. Actually, Louis Rossman, or whatever that dude's name is, has a good rant about that too. Not exactly that topic, but about whether or not free internships are a good idea. Okay, so what else should we disable for playtest mode? Maybe no clip, but maybe not. Maybe people will need that. Okay, let me see on the magical page. What else did I think of today? Don't open editor, don't start tests. Oh, loading a separate campaign, because we don't want to load the developer campaign. Campaign folder name. Where does that come from? Load campaign. Load newest campaign. Okay. So this comes from here, and this happens at startup, and oof. This is weird because we don't. Let's just say if it's playtest mode, we do a campaign called playtest. Okay, so if actually, fuck. Okay, we're gonna try this out. So if gameplay settings.playtest mode, then let's handle the memory here. Okay. So if we're in playtest mode, if it's not equal to playtest, free it, remove it. Okay. So we're just going to do that. And then if we don't have something, then we will call it playtest. Oh, it's not playtest mode. It's doing playtest. Okay, so when I start the game, we should okay, well, let's remove this. Oh, that's another thing we should do. Where is start? What's that called? Startup variables. So we're looking for something called startup variables.level, do level load. Hold on. What is this? So if startup variable levels is true, we don't do level load. I see. Okay, so here we'll say developer level is startup variables dot level if gameplay settings dot play doing playtest. I'll learn this one of these days. Developer level equals that, and so we will do this and this and this and this. I mean, these kind of don't matter down here, but whatever. So many if statements for playtest. GamelPay. GamelPay. It's my new startup. My new startup. It's great. It's GamelPay. So it saved me here because, like, so if I exit to the overworld, I think we should have a new overworld where, yeah, okay, see? It's debug build, that's why the frame rate's low, everybody. So we have this overworld, and I can go here to here. And then, I'm not sure if I like this part, how it's... Like, it's sort of introducing the idea of opening this up, but I think we can do that later, honestly. I think we should just go the first 4 levels and then open up here. That's what I think. But anyway. I think we should do all the warrior levels. So we sort of have wizard and thief here. Let's play some thief. I really should play this with release build. So let's quit the game. We will, let's make a release build. And let's check documents. No, PC. Is it documents? My games. No, not my games. There's like a freaking save games folder somewhere that we use now. I thought it was in documents. Where's the save games folder? It's not in downloads. It's not in desktop. No, it's not in fucking app data. The whole reason we're using this is to not use the stupid ass app data folder. App data local? No, it's not an app data. I thought it was just in documents. Oh, maybe it's in the user folder, which is also stupid. We should just put something in documents, honestly. Saved games. Yeah. Why is Windows so bad at just having a place to put your files? It's just astonishing. Okay. So we have now these are a bunch of old levels that I saved. I should actually delete all these. Although, what the hell why is that being saved in this folder? What is going on? Anyway, so we have, I don't understand why that's here. Why is this being... That's the I'm loading a campaign out of that folder because I made that folder at one point a long time ago. Okay, I get it. So that's actually my current campaign. It's not default. This is sort of the naming scheme that I use for random names when you make a campaign. Okay, anyway, so we have this playtest campaign, and we have an overworld and a status. Oh, that was another thing I was going to do, was not delete the save file for a level when you win the level. Because we actually want to stack up all the save files so that we can look through them for problems and stuff. Okay. So let us do that. I think that's in save. Let's just look for .history, right? No. File extension. So in campaign, probably. So remove, save undo data, save campaign, note victory. Here we go. So we put this solved flag and we request an autosave, which is just our, we have sort of two different files, right? So one of them is this Sokoban status, which is like, we could look at this. This is like, here's all the levels that I've visited and or solved, and then some other state variables, right? So that's fine. And then parallel to that, well, also in this folder is a separate file for every level that still has open state. And when you win the level, we just delete it all just to keep your save small, right? So only levels that are partially played go in there. Which it still might get pretty big. I'm going to have to work on compressing the save data. And actually, one of the things we want to do is do this playtest and figure out how big the save data is. And actually, I could probably run a Benny test today, and I believe I have a flag that saves out the campaign data for every file, for every level, and we can just see how freaking big it is. Like, make sure that works still and stuff. Because I'm going to want to do that when I'm, that'll give us a good Weissman score for when I'm optimizing those things. Okay. So we note victory on the whole set. Okay, that just puts it in the hash table. Where's the thing? Save undo data. Okay. So we do this whole thing, and if due to victory, we queue file for saving, but with null data. So here we want to say and not gameplay settings that doing playtest. Queue file for saving with null means delete the file, but don't do this if we are running a playtest because we want to collect all the data. We could do something more sophisticated, like rename the file or something. Okay, so anyway. Let's actually rebuild that release build that I just did. Okay. I couldn't watch Big Bang Theory, man. I saw like 5 minutes of one episode and I was like, I don't know why anyone likes this show. It's just like you know, the Hollywood like fake nerd thing that is nothing like a real nerd. It was just completely unappealing. Yeah, and anything with a laugh track is completely unwatchable. I have no idea why people still make shows with laugh tracks. Still happens. I don't know why. All right. Let's bring back the audio. It's a little loud. All right. I kind of want to tune how much the exits light up because they're not really lighting up appropriately to my taste. Ugh, this fucking angle. I don't know why we have this shallow of a camera angle here. It's not good. Should be higher up. All right. Here we go. And what happened to the fog of war on this map? Did we never set it? What the hell is going on there? Okay, that's an annoying thing about this. But maybe we'll leave it that way. You can't really replay levels. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's make sure. I guess we know because of that the files are definitely there. Here they are. They're not too huge so far, but as you play levels for longer and longer and they have more and more things, these files will get bigger. Was that Heroes 120? Let's go to another thing and we'll run a debug build over here while we're running our release build. Oh no. Shit. We actually don't want to do that. Because it's also going to be in playtest mode. I'm just going to write this down and we'll go over it later. Let's try a version where we rename the file. That I think that's better. Pretty sure I could have solved that better, but okay. Whoops. Whoopsie. All right. Whoops. There we go. I forgot where the frickin' button was because the crystal was covering it up. Oh, I can't push that. Dang it, bro. Let's just, this level's a lot easier than this. So we crush that. What should I do here? I guess that doesn't really help me. Oh, we want the thief to do this. That's the thing I was really missing. Okay. And then the thief can do this. Well, okay, I need these guys in the opposite order. For this way that I'm solving it, because, whoops, because we can go there, he can go there. No, this isn't good either. What am I doing, guys? I am not good at this level. Let's just do this again. This guy goes here. This guy goes there. We blow up both of those. All right. Oh, then we just do that. Okay, this is easy. All right. So I can push this block around. Congratulations. Okay. I don't know how many more of these that I'm going to play for now. I'm just sort of testing the system, making sure it's not crazy. All right. Yeah, see, it's like... I feel like it's too broken up. I want to play more levels. That said, I mean, I've played this game a million times, so I'm not really confused by it. That was a weird... There's still weird undo weirdnesses. Like right there, it took me one square past where I thought it should. Oh, I know why. Ow. Yeah, see, when running fast like that, when you run fast and get killed, it undoes one too many. That's not good. But it didn't do it there because I wasn't totally running. Okay. So... Okay, that's probably enough for now. We're just checking all our files. Oh my god, the overworld history file is huge already. It's just going to get so big. We need to do something about that. Not tonight, but that's going to be our #1 target. Because that's just from me walking around for like 1 minute. Right. All right. So we have 10 megabyte. Oh, wait. Yeah, so it's literally all this file, right? The history without that is just 200K. That's not that bad for that many levels. Yeah. Yep. Are there any levels where specific characters have to stand on specific goal tiles to win? There are not. We have stayed intentionally away from that. However, like situationally, there can be levels where, depending on how the characters start, it's pretty clear that only one of them can get to a particular exit, for example. Do we have a Benny test for the overworld? No, not right now. It's going to change way too much. It is not finalized like many of the other levels are. Was it a development process that, no, we just decided to have some subtle camera movement and then I programmed it like one day. It's not a big deal to do that. It's not very hard. In fact, I wanted to go back and do some more options for how it could work or some higher quality things, but we just haven't got around to it. Why is the overworld file that big? Because there's lots of moving things in the overworld. You couldn't see it right there, but there's lots of stuff that's like outside your situation. Perfect game for a PS Vita. Yeah, this is not coming to PS Vita. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to turn off playtest mode for a little bit. We're going to run it, and I'm going to check that one level. Startup time is getting way too long again, by the way. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's do the thing where we move the file on victory. So instead of putting this here, so this puts it in file datas to save. I don't know why we have that in two separate things. Why are we using a condition variable here? I don't fucking know. Why did I do that? Anyway, Okay. So, here we go. We do a thing. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know what happens. Like, we'll just overwrite this, I guess, if you victory the same level more than once. Like, I don't... Or maybe we could generate a random number. We'll generate a random number, I guess. So we will say... and we'll just hope we don't overwrite it. Do we have a random... We literally... What? Oh, we just say random get in this code base. Okay. So the problem is... Oh, did we context this? You know what? Let's make this thread safe because it's a bad example. It's a bad example not to. Probably missed something. Yeah. It's a bad example. Okay. That is value for the people. Okay, let's actually frickin' save that. All right, so base 64. I don't know. Is that all legal file names? Let's see. Oh, whoops. Let's go base 62 because underscore and dot are probably things we don't want to put in there. So we'll put a base 62 number. And there we go. And then we'll move to that name. Reset temporary storage. Okay. New name, and then we just want to rename file. Rename campaign save. Wait. Atomic file replace, or just rename if destination file does not exist. Ah, okay. We can use that. Let's just, rather than type this whole thing again, we go from name to new name. Okay, so something like that. So now, if I go back to those levels and these things work correctly, I should, if I go back into one of the first levels, it will kick me out again due to victory, but it'll also move that file, right? And we didn't get an error, so if I go to our file place, our happy file place, nope. Oh, cause shit, we're not doing playtest. I forgot to turn it back on. Oh, we are doing playtest. What? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Failed to move victory history state from this to Wacom. Oh, because it's got C colon whatever. Dang it, bro. So we need to like decompose the file name and stuff. Yes, that rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. So we want to go path the number, the base name, and then the extension. Maybe it depends, like when we decompose the file name, I don't know. Decomp ocean values file. How do we get base name? Base name. Come on, guys. Base name. I haven't done this often enough to know even what the things are. File open, file move, file length. I don't think this maybe has what I'm looking for. Okay, so file utilities. Oh, path. Parse path. Oh. Header string. Trailing. Oh, I did this. I did all this. Okay. I don't know if I want to use this. It's a little heavyweight. We don't really need to be this hardcore. Because we don't really need all the path segments. We just need like the base name and stuff. I know I have a function to do this. We probably should provide it to the people. If it's not being currently... Okay, path extension. Where's that? Oh, we're not looking in modules. No wonder I can't find anything. All right. It's in string? What? This is kind of dumb. Okay. Okay, we're going to have to move this stuff. Anyway, like, what is all this stuff? This is way, yeah, this is way too many functions. I want to revamp all this. There should be one frickin' function that just, it's like a decomp file name into path. It has 3 return values: path, base name, extension. The end. All right. Let's make that for now. And it'll be some crufty combination of these, and we'll refactor it not to do that anymore. All right. So path base name extension is decomp file name, and we'll return success as well. Decomp file name success for victory, for playtest victory set aside. I don't know what this. We'll just search for that string if that ever happens. Okay, so if success, we do this, and so we're actually going to put the dot here. Path. Let's actually swap this around. So we'll go base name, and then our funny hex number, and then the extension. Okay, so we're going to say decomp file name. So success path base name extension is decomp. Oh, what? Decomp file name is name is a string to success is a bool. Path is a string. Base name is a string. Extension is a string. Okay. So Okay. Let's say tail is path strip file name. Name. These functions, I really don't like them. Yeah, we're gonna change them up. Okay. If no tail, return false. Na 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 na. Okay, great. Okay. I guess it's legal to not have an extension. And it's legal to not have a leading path, actually. Wait. Like, why does this, like, not... I hate these functions. I hate them. Okay. Like, this isn't even right. This isn't even correct. Oh, wait, no, it is, because we're stripping the file. Okay, we're stripping the file name. Actually, so this is legal. This is not the tail. This is the head. These functions are so confusing. Okay. It's actually legal. So this is just path is that. So now extension is path extension of path, all right, which is also legal to be empty. And not of path, of see, it's so annoying. Like, the least you could do is, if you're cutting this off, just return both values, right? Again, I'm going to clean it up later. So we're going to say tail here is name, and then advance tail, or tail is advance name by path dot count. Okay, so that just bumps us forward. We're not allocating any strings here, right? So that gives us the rest. We go path extension of tail, because that's faster. And then base name is, I mean, I guess we're going to return success is true no matter what, and we'll revisit it later. Base name is tail, and then base name dot count minus equals extension dot count -1 if there's, see, this is why this fucking it's ambiguous, and you can't use the results, because look, if we say again, I'm griping about code that somebody else wrote. Path extension returns you this string, but like, what if there's a dot at the end of the file name, but like no nothing after the dot? You would get an empty extension, and you can't tell the difference between whether there was a dot or no dot. So like, now I have to frickin' check that manually. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I need to say if base name dot count and base name dot count -1 is equal to a dot, base name dot count minus equals 1. All right, so now we're just going to log decomp file name turned whatever into whatever, because I don't know if I've got craplets here that I didn't take care of correctly. So we're going to do that. And then, so what I'm going to do after this is all working, maybe tomorrow, maybe later, is I'm going to refactor it so that this is the main thing. And then these all just call this and return parts of it, and then deprecate these, right? So that you get a nasty gram if you use them. Because we just shouldn't, this isn't a good way to do it. Okay, so then I'm going to go return true path base name extension. All right. Log error. Oh. Wait. Campaign save thread. We should make a log error that just frickin' takes the arguments. Oh, that's fine. That one is not. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot to put the thing. I thought you have log print, log underscore print. What? How is that? I don't even know what's going on there. What? Is that something we put in? I'm going crazy here. Like format string arguments, blah, blah, blah. And we supposedly have what am I doing wrong? Undeclared. Okay, well, so that, let's go back to log. Right, this, oh, it's that I have the wrong number of, that was, I didn't read the error message, guys. Lop. Okay. So decomp file name turned this into this, and this. Okay, so this has a slash, but this has no dot. I'm not totally sure I like that, but I guess it's fine. Like, we're trying to run with the convention that there's always a slash because it makes recomposing strings easier, I guess. I don't know. That's a thing that we're going to think about. Okay, but we actually successfully did that, I guess. So there we go. Here is one for Vuacum. So if I go back to that level now, it starts over because there we go. So now if I just go to all the levels, it's weird because it doesn't test for victory on the first move of when you go in, but all right, let's go. Let's just do these. Okay, so it's not really going to be necessary for me to do this through the whole thing. We're just making sure that this works. So these are all getting moved aside, and then if I go back to this one, what I should do is seed the random number generator, by the way, but it's been running now, so we'll get a different one. So now we should have two saves of the same level. We have Maybe we don't. What level was that? This one is... Control N. Heroes 2-5 Alt E. Okay, so we have one there. So if I solve it again by doing something slightly different... What? I'm confused. So if I go to the overworld, I should go to the right level on the overworld. And then Heroes 2-5 Alt E is there. We've got a file. It's new. It's 1033. Okay, so if I go back in, we go where we left off. That's great. I guess I can look at the log here, right? So we do this. We turned this into 2-5 Alt E. I guess if we already have victory... See, up here we're getting this file does not exist, which is weird. Okay, you know what? We're not like logging the set aside. That's weird. Okay, so let me not do this decomp file name thing. Let's go back to campaign save thread. We'll do a couple things. Seed, random seed. What's our integer time? We'll just use OSGet time and cast it and stuff. So we need a better seed. Anyway, so the save thread proc will go random seed get time times 100,000. I'll just do this. Yeah. Okay. And then when we do this, we're going to say if success, else whatever. We're going to say log moved due to victory, moved history for whatever to whatever, name new name. Okay. Great, so let's do that. Okay. So, due to victory, moved history for Heroes 2-5 no crystal to Heroes 2-5 no crystal blah blah blah. Okay, let's actually do this one. So that's 2-5-5e5. That's a confusing name, but there we go. Okay, so now we're back on this level. I'm going to solve it again. I like this level though. This was made originally by one of our interns, I think, and then we revised it a little bit to simplify it. But yeah, good intern power. See, it says no need to remove due to victory as it does not exist. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. So, like, we are simply not frickin'... Like, if the file doesn't exist, we need to actually save it and then frickin' move it, which sucks. It's annoying how complicated the playtest code is going to be. But, okay, so if I pull this down here and then I go to the overworld, now the file's on disk. All right. It's actually... I almost, in my brain, want it to show where I left off, right? I'm not sure that I don't like that it doesn't do that. Or that I do like that it doesn't do that. Okay. So now there is a file to move, so we'll see what it says here. Okay, so now we moved it to 5v5 RTBF. They're BFFs. Heroes 255. Okay, so now we have two different saves for that level, and we can just, you know, do some tool where we load that up later. You know. Okay, so that's cool. We're getting somewhere. So, oh, you know what? Okay, let's leave playtest mode for a second because I want to go back. We have a little backlog of things to think about. Yeah, it was this one. So this one, I don't know what's going on with this frickin' tile. It got moved. We shall fix that. Easy. Easy peasy. And yeah. You know what? Let's do one more. So one thing that was bothering me was up here, even though this is all temporary, see this like Z fighting up in the upper left with the stuff that's here, right? It's just because we've got this temporary background mesh and then we've got these temporary force fields and they're coplanar, right? And just, it bothers me enough and it's easy enough to fix that I'm just gonna frickin' fix it by making the force field slightly narrower, because that's probably better anyway. Draw a gate force field, okay. So we just make the quads, right? We're gonna do something higher production value later, but when I wrote this code, I was just like, we'll just make the quads, right? So get gate quad. Where's that? I'm in the wrong place. I'm getting hungry. Okay, so this like does the thing based on etc. So I'm going to say factor is O.96, just a bit narrow to reduce Z fighting. K is 0.5 times factor. There we go. So now we go back there. And now there's no Z fighting except on the ground. Well, let's take care of the ground as well. But there's no Z fighting on the sides. All right, so with temporary grid walls. All right, so then the same thing here. Get gate quad. And then oh yeah, that's back over here. And then offset. Oh wait, no, offset is opener gate dot height times max offset len. This might also look better. Actually, that might be the wrong way. I think I might have shortened it in the wrong direction, but this might still make it look better for now. Nope, that was fine. It's a little too short. We could have it actually like it goes frickin' through. I don't know. What, this is all temporary and is going to get replaced by something better, so I'm not super worried. Okay, Z fighting fixed. See, problems can be solved in video games. Problems can be solved. Look at this debug build overworld frame rate. Yeah, I bet every frame some stuff about every goblin is going. I'll show you guys what there's all these goblins. There's like they're riding on lily pads. There's all these frickin' lily pads. There's like, you know, all this stuff happening. Spoilers. So like it's a lot. And then I could even spoiler it for myself a little bit. There's like, oh, okay, there's not that much stuff down there. How about up here? How? Oh, there we go. Okay, there's not a lot of objects up here. There's just levels. So it's really what you saw is most of the situation. Okay. Don't worry. By the time the game ships, the overworld will be very different from how it is now, because it's just early in development. So it's not that much of a spoiler, really. Um, okay, so I kind of want to do this Benny test to see how big all the files will be, just to get the information. Although, no, I kind of want to finish. I don't want to derail. So the problem. Fudge. So the problem that I have is in the code path where we are right now, where we rename the file. That occurs because we didn't pass the string builder in. The string builder that holds the save state, right? We didn't pass that because normally it's time to delete it when you win the level, right? Now, we do. Are entities far from the camera also updating every frame? Yes, they are. Okay. So I'm getting tired tonight. I woke up really early this morning for no real reason. I mean, there was a little bit of a reason, but I got up at like 5:30 in the morning and then went back to bed, and that always messes me up a little bit when I do that. So I think we might be coming toward the end of the stream, but I want to think about the problem I have is like I could do something really complicated here, but like I don't want to do something really complicated here because first of all, this is the save code. It should be as simple and robust as possible. Secondly, this is just for like playtest mode. So like, I don't want to add endangering complication. However, I feel like what I want to do is refactor a certain thing. I did this thing here where we have two parallel arrays, and it was really not good. Right, so, so what we do is we put a thing in file names to save, and we put a thing in file data to save, and then we bump this condition variable. And again, I don't know why I'm using a condition variable. Or I'm like doing that and using an external mutex, which is a lot. Like we shouldn't have to do both of those things. But the point being, if I actually just make some struct and put these things in the struct, then we can extend the struct, right? And we can say, hey, whether or not we put the string builder in there, we're also going to give you a victory value. Or even we could decide on this side what the operation is and whether it should be a playtest move or what, and put that information in there, right? So I think that's what I want to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go info array add to file save infos, right? And then info dot full name is full name, and info dot builder is builder, right? And we're just going to get rid of these things. So file names and file datas. Are these here? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go file save info is a struct that says full name is a string and builder is a string builder. And we're just going to do this. File save infos is an array of file save info. So that way we can just add more things to file save info. It's fine. And we are happier in that case. Okay, so, and we'll go info, file save info is the da-da-da, right? And info is pop file save infos. Finos. So we go there, we delete this. Okay, we pop that. Great. So right now we're always removing if the builder is null, and that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking I'm going to change, because we could say if the builder is not null, save the file, and then if it's playtest mode and the victory flag is set, you know, whatever, and then we could sort of, yeah, we could wing it. Okay. All right, so here we'll go, name is info.name, builder is info.builder, right? Hopefully that's what those were called. Info.full name. Okay, maybe that did the thing. Why do video games have tidies? Do I think there would be a way to make gates auto adjust their intensity based on ambient light? Yeah, there's things we can do there. Like we have a concept of brightness relative to level. It's just we don't use it super much. These are kind of hard to see. Oh, you know, they're still fighting on the bottom. Let's fix that. Because these go in the other direction. They start on the floor and go up, right? Let's tweak that. All right. So that should save us. Let's see if it saved us into that level. Shoulda. Yep. Okay, great. Great. It's almost like the Unity game engine. All right. So let me just, I should really put a noise texture on those or something, right? Just to make them more, I just don't want to put that much work into it since they're temporary. Okay. What was that? I'm definitely getting tired. Oh yeah, Z fighting. Get gate quad. That was in there. So offset from floor. All right. So that's just going to be another tiny tweak. Resources on design. No, I ignored the question because I hate this kind of question. Like, look, you have the whole freaking internet. That's something I never had. It should be very easy for you to find information that you want. And I don't know what you mean by design, right? Okay, so we got rid of the Z fighting. That's good. I don't really like how opaque these are. They're a little too bright, etc. Maybe we tweak that later. Okay, so whoops, I don't even want to do that. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so I want to get this guy down here. I want to get that guy there. Whoops. Ta-da! Can you be a gargoyle in this game? You cannot. You would not be able to move, so it wouldn't be that fun. The triangle thing was Z fighting. The triangle thing. Oh, that's not procedurally generated. I can't do anything about that. That's the art team's fault. They're gonna have to deal with that. I just wanted to do the easy stuff. Again, it's all temporary, but there is some value in making your temporary things a little bit nice, right? Because people people know how good the game is that they're working on by looking at the thing that they're working on, right? It's just a thing. So if you can make it a little bit better, even if you know it's going to be completely replaced later, it's worth a little bit. All right. So I have on my list here, rewrite the string routines and redo the condition variable, which is neither of these things do I want to do late at night when I didn't get enough sleep last night. So I think I check this in, and then I think about doing the rest of this thing tomorrow, this file name thing. This is very good progress so far. Oh, I get to mark off let me say rest of file name moving thing. Okay. Let's save this. Wow, we did a lot of things. Okay, great. So good. All right, I'm going to tab over to the secret page here, and I'm going to say done on that task and color it green. We like the green. We like the green. How big is our overworld now? It didn't get that much bigger, but still, that's like, it's a lot. It's growing fast. We're going to have to figure out how to get that down. That'll be a fun Weissman score. Who it's for? It might be efficient to add it to my channel info below. Well, someday I will learn how to want to be in the game industry. Someday. Keep giving me advice. Any questions about what we did today? Because I was so good and got things done, I'm going to have a sun chip. The reason I don't really give details about this project, it is not officially announced. We're not going to officially announce it for a long time. So like, I don't want to give out details of the thing. It's just whatever people happen to catch. I do stream about it all the time. And just whatever people happen to catch, they happen to catch. And that's how it is. What did we do today? We set up some stuff for a playtest mode of the game, which is the milestone we're working on right now. And the last part of that was about, so normally when you play the game and you finish levels, it removes the history saves for those levels in order to keep your save file small. Maybe that's not a good reason, but we'll see. Oh, that's one thing I can do while I'm tired, is we can benchmark how big the whole thing is. Let's do that. Anyway, so I was making a thing where we don't remove it, and I realized that that was harder than I thought because if you just play a level and win, we never saved it, and we actually want to save it now. Don't I wish the embody had a headrest? No, not really. I can't say I've done much sitting in headrest chairs, though. Maybe if you're used to it, you really want it. Yes, I designed many levels. However, right now, because I'm doing a lot of programming and working on the compiler and stuff, there is somebody else on the team who is designing more levels than I am by far right now. Is Embody better than Aeron? I think it is much better. But again, it's to taste. You might not like this chair, so, you know, and it's expensive, so don't blame me if you get it and don't like it. Computers come with like a terabyte. Yeah, I mean, on game consoles, you have to be a little more sparse with space. You have to keep in mind people are going to be like syncing the save files across, you know, different places, network, upload, download. Like, you just got to keep these things in mind. Like, we load the files when we're loading your save game, and that takes time proportional to the file size. Yeah, there are a lot of laptops that really come with no space. That is truth right there. Okay. So, in the Benny test command, oh, it's in tests. I think I have something about I thought I had a okay, hold on. Nope. Okay, we'll just put it right here. We'll just say, we'll add a variable. Test save history files. See, oh, this is annoying because I'm going to need to do the thing anyway. I thought I tested this. I thought I already had this code. Okay, hold on. This is the wrong one anyway. There we go. I see it. Test undo save load. Oh. That's just a random function. Aha, there we go. So we do that literally at the end of every file. We save it and reload it to make sure we don't crash, and then we move on. Okay. Okay. That is what I knew that I had done this. It's just not even listed here. Let's put it here so that I can see it next time. And then we'll go here and we'll go test undo save load true. And we'll make a release build and we'll Benny test. And this will give us a bunch of files. Problem is, it's going to load my playtest save when I run, and I don't want that. I don't want the playtest, so I need to do another thing, which is, here, let's make a string for this so we don't, this is, it's a classic thing to go wrong. Okay, so if we're doing a playtest, we remove everything that's not playtest, right? Else, okay, if it is equal to playtest name. Okay, so we got to rebuild this, and then we'll see if it works. It should load a totally different campaign than the one that we've been doing. Like people who debate indie or whatever, like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It really does depend. So like Indie Fund invests in games. There we go. We're back here. Remember this? So Indie Fund invests in games. Hold on. Was that the right? Yeah. But we don't interfere with the developers. So I think they're still indie, right? If you have friends and family investors, you're probably just as independent or approximately. Even if you have VC style investors, like they're probably not going to interfere that much if you're early stage, right? I don't know how it gets later on, but I don't know. It's a dumb argument though. Like defining things is it's for people with nothing better to do, I guess, is how I would say it. The definition of indie is the absence of outside direction. It's the absence of outside control, right? But again, I don't want to fucking define indie. So like, I don't care. I literally don't care. It is the least interesting thing about indie games is defining indie. But, and the reason I don't want to define it is like, look, there are plenty of indie developers who are basically just wannabe AAA developers with no budget, right? And even with a lack of outside control, they make very boring things that are just what somebody else would make, right? So like, eh. You got out of game making. Why? Why? It is the best kind of thing. Maybe you worked at a bad company. Can make double the money with half the hassle. Well, yeah. That is true. I mean, just get a job at Google. You can make $700,000 a year for doing basically nothing. Just say, I know neural networks. That's all you have to do to get paid so much. How hard is this game aiming to be? Well, it's got really a lot of levels, and a few levels are hard, some are easy, and a lot are somewhere in the middle. The goal is not really to be hard, but to be interesting, right? On the other hand, the game is hard to make, just like any game. Games are hard to make, unless they're very low effort, bad games, and then by definition, they're not that hard to make. Okay, I should be making sure that this is actually happening. Okay, there's not files going into Playtest, but they are going back into Artifact Harpy. There we go. Date modified. Uh-oh. Oh, guys, I didn't turn on the variable. Did I? I did. So, why? The Benny test finished, and I didn't even... How is Babby formed here? What is going on? Test undo save load. Test do undo save load. Oh, I bet we got an error at startup and I just didn't notice it. Let's go to the log. Variable test undo save load is not a member. Yep. That's what happens when I'm a little tired. Hey, guess what? Let's run it again. Run it back. Let's make sure we don't have an error. Okay. Well, Benny test. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting our files. See that? See that? Now, these files are going to be somewhat smaller than the files from somebody who didn't develop the game, because they'll be spending more time on each level, right? But this will at least give us some little bit of an idea. This will be another Weissman score that we could try to minimize. Just don't be tired. Yeah, no, it helps a lot to not be tired. Some of those are pretty chunky. Yep. True. True. History records every movement. Sort of. What it does is it records all relevant game replay state on every player movement. Boom, so many levels. Deterministic replay, no. No. What is relevant? Things that are relevant are relevant. Do we have an equivalent of perf tests? Not really. Because the thing is, in a game like this, the thing that takes the most CPU and GPU time is drawing graphics. And, you know, we know our graphics engine isn't done yet. So there's really not that much point in doing a perf test. I suppose there could be some stuff in the undo gameplay system that's too slow right now. But it doesn't seem like that's a bottleneck, because we're just cranking through all these situations. Character animation is probably too slow right now. Have I played Snakebird Primer? Yeah, I hated it. I thought it was stupid. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, Snakebird was probably too hard. But the solution to that is not to make a really stupid game. It's just not. Like, I like Snakebird. I don't like Snakebird Primer. In fact, you know, like, I didn't bother to play the majority of the levels in Snakebird Primer. Like, I started playing it, I was like, oh my God, this is for 6-year-olds. And then I just, you know how Snakebird like opens up a number of levels at the same time? I kept just jumping forward till I got to the end. Any good recent puzzle games that I like? I don't know if I've played any puzzly games recently. Ah, yes, you can play the Storyteller demo on Steam. That could be fun. It's free for the next month. And then let's download that so that we have a Steam copy. Oh, look, our thing finished. All right. Store. Storyteller. Okay, download the demo. Download the demo. Eternal Darkness on GameCube. I do not recall playing that. Yeah, I've actually played the Storyteller demo, so I'm not going to play it now. I have played it, but this is just to let you know that you can get this on Steam for free by doing what I just did. And it's fun. Is it coming this year? I do not know. I do not have inside information on release date. Okay, how big of files? 69 megabytes. That's not bad. Like, we're going to want to make it a lot smaller because, like I said, actual user files is probably bigger than this, except it's not because we're going to delete a lot of them. So maybe I don't have to work as hard as I thought. Really, it's just the overworld that's going to be a problem. The thing is, because we have a little bit of an abortive test on overworld that overwrite the overworld save. Like if I go find that one, it's going to be small. Wait, overworld copy? What? That's weird. Anyway, oh, that's an overworld history that I copied by hand. That's what that is. That is not a level called overworld copy. Is that really the only? There it is. Yeah, I think we overwrote it in the middle of the test. Anyway, overworld is going to be ginormous if we don't do something. So that's really the issue. Anyway, so that's good that that's a 2-digit number of megabytes. That's smaller than I expected. But we will do some Weissman scoring someday to get that down. Someday relatively soon. Because I just want to do, like, the first step of that is to just look, like, hey, what is taking how much save data? When those lilies move in the overworld, are there a lot of fields that we don't want to save that are being saved and so forth, right? But this was successful. So, yeah, I think I just added a couple variables to the files. Oh, what was this? Yes, that part. Let me make sure I got all that. Yeah, okay. Minor tweaks. And I think it's officially Miller time, by which I mean bedtime, right? There was at least one history with 16 megabytes. Let's look. Magnitudes was probably pretty big. Size. So that's something that I copied a long time ago. It's not really current or valid. So really, these are all the ones that we just did, along with some older. All the 729s, right, are current. And you know, this one's a megabyte. Yeah, we'll see what we can do here, but it's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It really isn't. So overworld is the main problem. Do I still play Tarkov? I haven't played since the first week, just because I have so much stuff to do. A compression or a simplification? Well, I don't even know yet. Like, because I haven't looked, chances are that we're just saving a lot of data that we don't want to. Now, chances are also that after that, there's just a lot of data anyway. So it's going to be hard, actually. Work Tarkov balance. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm going to bed. See you later. Have a good night. Have a good time. Have a good party. Play Storyteller demo. Also Steam self-updater, because it's always... When is Steam not updated for absolutely no reason? Because it's exactly the same as it always was. Thanks, everybody. Good night.